One Punch Man.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1 of One Punch Man was really good. Season 2 is
Dr. Stone.
that one's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're anime weeps here.
I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is probably the best of the Full Metal
Ooh.
Alchemists.
Yeah.
Classic, yes.
Anyways, hello and welcome to the Ultra Films YouTube channel.
You gotta say the Irresponsible Comic Book Podcast as well.
Oh, right.
Shoot.
I mean,
That's close.
technically, we are. It's still the same.
It's Ultra Films either way. You're right. Do I have like a look I give every time I press record that like you guys know I've started?
You do.
Really?
You start sitting really still.
Exactly. Yep. We kind of figured it out, and
Shoot. They can read me too well now. Oh shoot.
Uh-oh.
Well, my
We're gonna
face
have to
look-
redo that intro.
No, we're not. Just because I disappear for 5 seconds?
Nah, dead air.
What? Oh, alright. Okay, we're gonna reset. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Irresponsible Comic Book Podcast. My name's Evan. I'm the producer. We got our resident expert Dylan here and the wild card William. We're here to
you're
talk
Star
about...
Wars expert.
Yeah, he's our Star Wars expert actually. So he's covering Obi-Wan right now, which we will be talking about. And
Who's Obi-Wan?
You mean Ben Solo?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Ben.
No, not Solo. Ben
Kenobi.
Just that guy named Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Ben bullied me in elementary school. Fuck that guy. I'm just kidding. Anyways,
And then he became Uncle Ben.
he's not that old yet.
Okay.
I mean, anyways,
He's got a daughter. Her name is Leia.
that's not his daughter. Not really. Anyways, we're here to bring you the latest and greatest comic book news. That's what we do here. We're gonna
That's right.
just jump straight into it. Into our first
Uh-oh.
segment. We got a brand new hero out on the town,
What?
hanging out, getting caught on camera. Blue Beetle. He's in a crazy suit. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some changes in the cast because that's happened recently. That tends to happen with DC. And then we're gonna talk about who we might want to show up in the show, like cameos wise, or even as possible hero partners, combos, stuff like that, and just our overall expectations. So let's just start with the thing that we got the most info about. That suit. That thing looks
That
sick.
suit.
That suit.
That suit.
It's probably the best comic book suit that we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think it's incredibly well done. I don't think DC has done... I mean, they have done pretty good suits, but that one is super intricate and super detailed, and usually these TV shows and movies are going for a less, like a dumbed down, watered down version. We got the whole 9 yards here. So I would show it on the screen if I was more...
You should be able to.
Yeah.
You should be able to.
I'll put a picture up while I'm editing this that you guys can see some of the pictures of the leaked screenshots. But this thing is insane. What do you guys think of first when you guys think of Blue Beetle?
Jaime Reyes.
Jaime Reyes. Okay, yeah. Classic.
Not the other guy. Whoever the other guy is, he's not the Blue Beetle.
He's kind of... I mean, he is, but like he's dead in like almost all the iterations that we've seen of like as of recent. He's almost always dying, and it's Ted Kord. And speaking of Kord, the villain of the show, or the supposed villain, one of them is Victoria.
It's a movie, by the way. It's not a show.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting they switched it to a movie.
Oh my god.
I'm never gonna remember
Get this
that.
guy out of here. Get him out of here.
Gosh dang it. Thanks for checking me on that though. No. So yeah, the movie, the villain's supposed to be Victoria Kord, who is Ted Kord's wife, who was the original Blue Beetle. So I don't know exactly what happened, but we even talked about this a few weeks ago. Sharon Stone was set to play Victoria Cord. She's now stepped down. There's no real information about why. She hasn't made a statement. I would just assume busy schedule is why she can't make the shoots. And they're doing it actively right now, which is why we have those photos. But did you guys pull up the article by chance? I posted it the other day, I think, unless I forgot.
Did you?
But
I didn't see that.
Shoot, let me pull it up really quick. So the new Victoria Cord is, I forget her name. That's why I'm looking it up. Susan Sarandon. She's gonna be
Sarandon.
playing. Yeah. I haven't seen any of her stuff at all, so I have no idea what to expect.
You've never seen any Susan Sarandon stuff?
No, when I first saw pictures of her, because like it's like a smaller image on the overall thumbnail of the article as you're like scrolling through Google, I thought she was the lady who played the warden from Holes. And that's Sigourney Weaver, and they kind of look similar.
To a bit,
if you
yeah.
only see like a teeny tiny, I mean, I'm talking about this big, literally that big of a screenshot is what I'm seeing. So like, I'm sitting back here and I'm looking at this way out here. Yeah, I can't tell the difference. And so I saw the picture.
Well, I got you.
Like, oh, we're all terrible with names. Let's be honest. We're not good with names here. We never have been.
Well, we're probably getting a lot of haters, but she the movies that she's been in that we know, like her best movies that she's been so far set here. She's been in Thelma and Louise in 1991, Stepmom, Bull Durham, Tammy, 2014. That's My Boy, Enchanted. She was in Enchanted, the Rocky Horror, The Witches of Eastwick. Yep.
She's Dr. Wong in Rick and Morty. So
so at least I know
There you
her
go.
voice. Okay, I know Dr. Wong very well.
She was also part of a Bad's Mom Christmas in 2017.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Well, at least I know like kind of what her voice sounds like. So that's a little bit. I mean, it's not. The thing about Victoria Cord is she's sort of like playing like an angle.
Her last movie from last year was Ride the Eagle, 2021.
Ride the Eagle. What the heck is that about?
No idea. And it looks like she's going to be in a movie called Jolt, which I have no idea what that is.
Interesting. Well, that kind of gives me some good hope because like the therapist in Rick and Morty has this kind of like semi-soothing voice, but like has like this hint of like something menacing. And that's kind of what you want out of Victoria Cord. And I thought Sharon Stone was going to be great. I'm a bit upset that we don't get to see her, mostly because like I don't know anything about Susan. However, knowing that now kind of gives me like, okay, she at least has like the voice, and if she is a good actress, then like that'll probably be a good fit. Because Victoria Cord, like I said, is just playing this angle with Ted Cord where she ends up stabbing him in the back and murdering him, which is why Jaime gets the scarab in the first place.
I wonder if what it is that she was trying to get the scarab from Ted, but because the scarab kind of like chooses who it goes to, now going after Jaime because she's trying to get the scarab.
I would almost say that's gotta be the case. That's how it happened in Young Justice. If you guys remember when they first introduced Jaime Reyes, Cord Industries, there was like a fire at Cord Industries, which was supposed to be that cover up. That was like the first few episodes of Young Justice, which is what I'm covering now. If you want to go watch those videos, in the description. That whole cover up was actually the whole thing that actually went down on top of Cord Industries was actually supposedly Ted getting murdered by Victoria. At least like that's what it's presumed to be. Batman said like he was like investigating it specifically, like he'd been watching it for a few months and sent the covert ops team, which is the the Young Justice team, in so that they could investigate without the League having any implications of being there, because it was sort of funded by Lex Luthor. And so like Lex Luthor was like working with Victoria Cord. She's never been shown in the show after that moment, but that whole Cadmus lab was under there, and so she could be in charge of that in this show. We could get, this is what I want to get to mostly because it's exciting. Who the heck are we gonna see else in this show? Movie. Sorry. God. Who are we gonna get in the post-credit scene?
What if we get Peacemaker?
Oh God, that'd be insane.
Peacemaker?
I'd love that. Peacemaker? That'd be so insane. What's the context of him showing up though?
So he's still working with like Argus, right?
Okay. Yep.
And something happens, like they're like saying, all right, Victoria's Court, she was on our payroll, we gotta go take her out. Like, because she's now making everyone who's part of Argus look bad.
Okay.
And Peacemaker just comes in, like, into the movie after Jaime's, like, knocked her out, right? And just puts a bullet in her head.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad, but I thought, at least me personally, I hate when they kill off characters way too early. Like, completely.
I don't know if he's serious there or if that's just a. That'd be so funny, dude. Oh my god. That's like.
I mean, maybe. I mean, maybe I'm the opposite one here. Like, I don't. Maybe, who knows?
No.
I don't actually think that would happen, but like it's like the only way that I think, like, if Peacemaker was going to make it into the show or into the movie.
Oh.
Yep, and there's another one. There's another one.
Yeah, that'd be.
That would be like the way to do it, or maybe not Peacemaker because he's kind of like trying to progress into like
himself,
a more of a better guy. But like Vigilante comes in and he does that.
Okay, yeah, I'd love to see.
It depends where they're located, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I actually don't know where this is supposed to take place. Usually, most of these heroes are based on the East Coast sort of deal. So
East Coast, well, some of them, but you know, since we're talking about him, he might be more towards the West Coast.
Really?
Since they all have Mexican heritage and all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess
there's mostly more Mexicans on the west side of the United States.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I think Jaime's like originally from like New Mexico.
I believe that is correct.
Let me look. No, Texas. I'm sorry. I apologize. El Paso. So maybe Ted Cord's running stuff in Texas because of the taxes. Who knows? Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Cord Industry could be,
yeah.
That would make sense if it was out of Texas.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
It also makes sense if it was out of Florida.
True. That could work too. Let's see.
There's a big Cuban population. They could make Jaime a Cuban.
No, they can't.
Oh, interesting.
They have to keep it. They have to keep it to its original.
I mean,
its original heritage. They have to.
They don't have to.
I think that they'll probably.
They probably will try to do as close as they can.
Yeah.
But like,
listen, half of the cast that they're casting right now are all Mexicans.
That's true.
There's no way they're going to change to Cuban. You can't do that.
George Lopez.
Yeah, it would be a little weird.
They got George Lopez, so
you're right. It would be a little weird, but they could do it if they really wanted to.
They're not gonna do it. They're gonna get a lot of hate for that, saying, why would you ruin the character's or race like that?
Yeah,
or not race, but like his heritage.
Yeah, people would get upset in the same way that like it's not like whitewashing or anything like that, but it's along the same sort of line when you change.
And not to mention, like he is the only Hispanic superhero.
Yeah.
But from like DC to like Marvel, because Marvel doesn't have a legit Hispanic, superhero.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They're working on it.
They'll come up with something, I'm sure. We'll see.
America is half Hispanic.
Half,
America
but not full.
Chavez, yeah.
I mean,
I'm trying to think.
yeah, but
Going back to sorry, I'll cut you off for just a second. Going back
no,
to
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
the Peacemaker thing. Peacemaker, the show is supposed to be set in Washington State. So
Ah,
yeah, so that's
That
a
makes
little
sense.
bit ways away, but being part of this Suicide Squad, he could realistically show up anywhere in any country at any point in time. There's no set location.
I actually
depends
think
on
the most
the
realistic.
schedule.
I feel like the most realistic, like cameo would be a Green Lantern.
Okay. Not a bad choice at all. I'm trying to, yeah, it's probably going to be space-based. So you have to think, the reason why you brought up Peacemaker and I thought it made sense was because of the like butterfly
Yeah,
and reach
yeah.
connection, which would kind of, make sense. However, if it could be something like Green Lantern based or something else, I'm personally inclined to think this story could revolve around like the Cadmus and the backstabbing Victoria Cord sort of stuff. So if they do something like Cadmus, I could see a Superboy. Like that'd be
Okay.
really really cool to see, especially because I think Young Justice is really popular and they don't recognize that still, or maybe they're starting to, and they're like, oh, these people love these characters, and it's a show that's like almost 10 years old, and they've restarted it last year, and it's gaining all this traction again. I think that that's in the cards possibly. And so I'm not gonna say it is 100%, but it'd be kind of cool, especially because they're already doing also Aqualad. So a live action Young Justice team would be pretty cool if you ask me.
If they set this up perfectly, then yeah, they're probably on that road for a Young Justice, movie at least.
Yeah, I dude, that would be awesome. Give it to me.
Or left field here, they're gonna make this movie as bad as possible to tank all DC.
No. So that we can reset to the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
Might as well.
No, I actually, because the suit looks promising, the villain seems promising, the whole, I mean, there's not a ton of details on the story quite yet, obviously, but the fact, I think it'd be pretty good. I am hoping this is a pretty good movie. So
Well, he gets thrown into a car. That's about as much as we know.
that's all we really know. At some point, he's fighting somebody. I think the other villain is supposed to be like Carapax or something like that, who's another sort of exoskeleton user. So it's
Maybe from the Reach.
pretty good foil. I don't think they're actually from the Reach. I think it's like a human man-made sort of suit. It's pretty advanced though, so it's able to kind of go toe-to-toe with the Reach suit, so which is kind of cool. The other thing that's hilarious about Ted Kord is the Blue Beetle is that he never wears the scarab. He just dresses as a Blue Beetle, and he like is studying the scarab. At least in some cases. Occasionally, otherwise, he'll have the actual scarab on and have powers. But usually, he wears a goofy suit. I wonder if we even see him. I would assume so, but I don't know if it'll be a big role or if it'll be this setup.
Yeah. It'll probably be the setup at the start of the movie. Like literally, the opening scene is like Ted Kord doing research, and then like
gets murdered by his wife.
Gets murdered, and then the Beetle goes off, and then we see Jaime's life, and then the Beetle finds Jaime in the midst of him doing something.
Yeah, the Green Lantern story also kind of makes sense because it's like the scarab choosing a wielder sort of thing. So it'd be pretty cool, pretty dang cool to see. Which Green Lantern would you think shows up? Because they're doing the Green Lantern show. I think this one's a show still. I don't know.
I believe it's a show.
They're not doing the regular Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart. They're doing some of the newer Green Lanterns. No, they're doing even like the new stuff that they've been doing.
I'm trying to think of who it is, but it's the new girl with the
what's her name? Hang on.
They just added these for the new 52.
Uh,
Hang on.
let's see. Green Lantern. Maybe I should narrow this down.
Actually,
On
maybe
Earth.
yeah, that's
On Earth.
maybe it's Rebirth.
Is it
I
Jade?
think her. Yeah, it starts with a J. So
I think
Is it Jade or Jessica Cruz?
Jessica Cruz, and
Okay.
Simone Baz. That's who they're supposed to do. I think that's what they're doing for the show for Green Lanterns. At least that's been the plan. They have had
Jessica
it in-
Cruz, yep.
Yeah, they've said they're gonna do it for like 4 years, and they still haven't touched it. So I don't know what they're doing, but that's also why they haven't done the Green Lanterns on the CW. But now they're, like we talked about last week, gonna attempt it. So
Mm-hmm.
who knows what's going on over there? But yeah, could be pretty interesting to see a Green Lantern. One of those two. Would you, or I guess maybe both. What do you guys think?
I feel like it's probably going to be Jessica Cruz. She's one of the more recent Green Lanterns.
Yeah,
Especially if they're kind of doing like the whole Hispanic heritage.
yeah, that would make
Like-
sense. That'd be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are some pretty good ideas for cameos. I'll go on one last little like. I this is a long shot sort of guess, but I would love to see the Green Beetle. If you guys
Green
have
Beetle.
seen Young Justice season 2, he's a Martian who had a scarab, and they did the really really cool storyline with Jaime like regaining control, and also I would love to see the Black Beetle because he's scary. I don't know who they'd cast as him though. They'd have to get somebody good, like intimidating, because he's scary. So, but I'd love to see it regardless. So if we could get either of them, even if it's like a post-credit scene, to be like the Reach is on the way, that would be dope. Like,
If you mention it, that'd be great. Yeah.
like, I'd love it. I'd love to see it. So, yeah. Do we have anything else we wanted to say about Blue Beetle?
No. We just want we'll just wait for a trailer. Hopefully by next year. Or before the end of
Hopefully
next
soon.
year.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, I'm gonna pass it on over to you, William. And you
Uh-oh.
get to
What?
ask us some questions, some inquiries about Star Wars.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Inquiries.
yeah.
Well,
It's like
as we all know, last week is a bit of a Star Wars celebration week.
Yes,
And
it
last
was.
week on Friday we were able to see the first 2 episodes of Star Wars.
Mhm.
And if I'd like to hear from you guys to let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite moment? What was your not so great moment for the first 2 episodes?
Okay. Dope. So I'll go first. My
Right.
favorite Obi-Wan moment. Dang. Okay, I didn't process this. I didn't think about this enough.
You see, I gotta put you in the hot fire already.
I think it has to be the final scene of episode 2, and where he's realizing, oh, Anakin's still, he's had that sort of panic attack after Reva let him know, and he's in the ship flying out, and he's just kind of like freaking out, and he just says Anakin, and then it cuts to him, and that gave me goosebumps and chills immediately. That's probably my favorite scene. I love what they're doing with the show. I loved every scene with Kumail. He was so funny as the fake Jedi when he encountered when he went up to
the
Reva
comment.
and he's like, "You finally found me. It's been such an honor." It's like, what are you talking about? That was hilarious. I love everything except for one scene. And this scene is the chase scene with Leia. It's so goofy, so just doesn't make sense. Just like I don't even want to explain it because it's so.
Explain it. It's okay.
It's like
It's our show.
So he stands there against a tree, says that he's like, I'm gonna kidnap you or whatever. I don't know what he says, and then like takes like 2 steps towards her, and she
But
starts.
do you guys
running.
recognize that character though? Do you guys recognize who he
Yeah.
played?
Wait, sorry.
I knew the actor. I can't remember where I had seen him before.
I'm not sure who that is.
What's the significance, William?
His name is Flea. He's from, I believe.
Oh, he's the drummer. Yeah, he's
Yep,
the drummer of, or not drummer, bassist of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nice.
Correct, Mundo.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. So he like.
That was
lets her-
Flea.
That's
Dang.
funny. I didn't know that. Dang. That's why you're a Star Wars expert. But
I wonder if we're gonna get any other Chili Peppers in the show.
We actually did the green alien chick. That was also the other member of the band as well.
what?
Mm-hmm.
What?
The other female
Yeah.
other female kidnapper.
Yeah.
That was with him.
The one that
She-
ran into the
she's
tree
from-
branch
yeah.
and went, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Who is she supposed to be, or like who is her?
She's
She's another band member. She's Flea or whatever they call her. She's part of the band as well, I believe.
nice.
I thought the Red Hot Chili Peppers only had dudes. I might be wrong.
I have no idea. I don't.
I'm not
listen
gonna
to
look it up. That's gonna take.
I
But
I got you.
you know, so he.
Go, keep going, Evan.
He like says he's gonna kidnap her and like takes 2
I'ma
steps
kidnap
towards
you.
her and then like lets her run for like 5 or 6 seconds and then like just lets
Chases
her,
after.
then starts chasing her, and then like the whole sequence they're just like running like this chasing her, and it looks so goofy. Then you know the green alien she runs into the tree and goes and you're like, you could duck underneath that, instead like has to run around it. It's like, what are you thinking? And then like there's even like a scene where she like breaks the ankles of one of them, but she doesn't even do a good fake that she's like gonna run a certain way, and then the other she like goes and like hard stops. I don't know, the whole scene is just a little bit silly. I've seen comments saying that like it's geared towards younger people that like can see themselves in that role, and I'm like, okay, I guess. But the rest of the show is like pretty adult, more mature, like dealing with like, you know, you thought you killed your best friend sort of thing. Like that's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily a child's show. And I mean, it's PG-13, so technically you know, kids are able to watch it. I don't think it's something kids shouldn't watch, but it's definitely not like, it felt weird, so to me. So that's about all I got.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
You didn't see episode 3 yet, right? Well, part 3. No? Okay, well, we'll stay there for another
I'm
one.
gonna be watching next.
Go ahead, Dylan.
Right
What
after
is
this.
your good, bad moments of the first 2 episodes so far?
Well, I thought everything's been great so far. I haven't had too many complaints. I really liked the interactions on Tatooine with like Obi-Wan and pretty much everybody there.
Okay.
Showing like the grittiness of his life, that he's got to do some shady things that he doesn't want to do to survive.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that he's sitting there like carving out meat on this big sandworm or sand whale, I guess.
Yeah,
and then
it's a creature.
He's able to take like a big chunk of meat, and nobody's like stopped him from doing so.
Yeah.
Like,
Nobody's
That's
seen it
kinda-
once.
I mean, he's
Like-
the last man. He's kind of like the last person out there. He's like the last person to leave. He's like, might as well just take one.
well, they got guards watching though. Like
Yeah.
it's
Like, yeah.
I don't know. It's that's one thing that I'm like a little like, how does he not get caught
Yeah.
doing that? Like, especially if it's
That's
like
fair.
every shift, like a corner of the meat is being chopped off.
Yeah. And taken.
I do like the correlation that they have. Obi-Wan keeps that fighter pilot toy.
Yeah.
Yep, the T-16.
He rebuilds it and he just keeps it inside of his cave. So when Luke comes and finds him later, Luke sees that and is like looking at it, like in the
Yeah.
in number 4.
Yep.
I really
Yeah.
like that continuity.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
The Jawa, I think, was probably my favorite part.
Yeah,
where
nice.
Obi-Wan's like talking to the Jawa, and he's like, "Yeah, my air conditioner is taking a turn for the worse," and the Jawa is like, "Ooh, I have a freshly procured part for that," and he like goes over and he like grabs the exact part that Obi-Wan has like was missing. And the Jawa hands it to him. He's like, "Ah, yes, all this for 100 coins." And
Yep.
and Obi-Wan's like, if you're gonna steal from me, at least clean it. And then you can see like the Jawa like thinking for a second, and then the Jawa goes, "Cleaning cost extra." Like,
exactly.
That's just the Jawa way.
The Jawas are the ultimate cons. You love them.
it's so great. Like, that's probably like been my favorite part. Is just like the small interactions.
Yeah.
I do like the fifth brother.
Do we know where he's from?
Yeah, he's Han.
There you go.
Fast and the Furious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He's been doing really good. I thought he was Benedict Wong when I first heard him.
So many people have thought that actually. He kind of looks like him too. That's the thing. Like,
With all the makeup, it's hard to recognize him.
yeah.
Well, he like because of the costume, like his cheeks are like pushed up, like he's like speaking in a way that he doesn't actually normally speak in. Like he's using not his real voice for this character.
Yeah, he sounds like he's saying,
So
"Fortify your minds."
So he sounds like Benedict Wong. He kind of similarly looks like Benedict Wong, but yeah, it's Han.
That's what he was saying
It's
to,
Han.
to Riva the whole episode. Fortify your minds.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe so far, your chase scene is probably one of them.
Yeah.
But that's probably more to do with like them trying to set it up to where like she's got the home field advantage. Like that she's been in these woods so often, she knows every little nook and cranny, and she can get away from these. That's probably what they were trying to do with it.
Yeah. I agree.
I do like the other little chase scene that they had when they were on the planet in episode 2.
Yeah, like on the rooftops.
No, the one that when they were running through the market.
Ooh, yeah.
To the city of Dayu.
Yeah.
The slums.
Yeah, when they were running through Dayu, they kind of had the same little thing, and I had a little bit more of a like. I guess that one's kind of more realistic in the fact that like she's smaller, so she can get through the crowds a little bit faster.
Yep.
But like, she's still like, I don't know. I guess any of the chase scenes with Leia are the biggest like.
Yeah. It's
What's going on with this movie or with this show?
Yeah.
I have a couple gripes with episode 3, but I won't really talk about it right now. One at the very end and one at the start. That's
okay.
We're good.
It's literally the first scene that shows and literally the last scene that shows is my 2 gripes. Everything in the middle is great, especially the part with the fire.
Fire. Spoilers.
No, I messed up. I didn't realize it came out today. They already bullied me enough.
I bullied you.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, like the part with the fire, it's probably been the best part of this show so far.
Dang.
So.
And we're like halfway through with that episode. Where are you guys feeling? Like we used to play glass half seas. Where are you guys at? Half full, half empty? Through 3.
Probably half full.
Yeah, I'm half full right now because
It's good.
Both 3 episodes came in, swinging. They took the bat and they swung with it. Literally,
Shoot!
they swung.
Ooh,
They swung with it.
there.
They swung with it and they went and they hit a home run so far with the 3 episodes.
Okay.
I've been extremely impressed with the production value.
Yes.
The production value of this whole show is on par with production value of movies.
Dang. Yeah, you're right.
Which I've been extremely happy with. I love the fact that the Star Wars franchise usually does practical effects and then does the the CGI over the top of a practical effect instead of just doing
It's layered.
like straight CGI.
Yeah, I like it way better that way too. It just gives you
Now,
a
one
better
question for you guys.
reference.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. That's basically what I had to say. Is it just gives the designers in the post production way better reference for what they're mapping out, and so yeah.
And plus, we get to see like these new planets as well. You know, we get to see Dai. We get to see another new planet as well in the next episode. Well, this week's episode.
Nice.
Now, the one question is the Grand Inquisitor dead?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one big
Reva
controversy.
speared him through.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Does he show up in episode 3 at all?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So that's the one big thing that everybody's talking about is how is he dead if he's alive later on in Rebels? And a lot of people are concerned that like they're gonna leave him dead in this in order. I mean, the whole reason that he's out of the picture is so that they can focus on Reva, which I think is good. And go into her backstory a little bit. I know, Williams explained a lot of the stuff about what went down with her at the Jedi Temple and how she knows about Anakin, Obi-Wan sort of thing in his breakdown. So if you want to go watch those, that's down in the description. But like, yeah, I think it's good that they're focusing on her, but I don't know why so many are concerned thinking he's dead. We've seen people get literally chopped in half and come back. Like, a stab wound's gonna be fine.
They're just
got the force.
They're gonna put a metal plate over his gut.
Yeah.
And put some cybernetics inside of him, and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
He'll become a modifier now.
Yeah.
But if we all think of it, he's not really dead. Obviously, we all know that.
Yeah, I think we can agree there.
He comes back. It could be I think they say either by a cloning process or something else. I forgot, but you got to rewatch Rebels, and then you'll figure out.
Oh,
they'll explain that to you.
It could be a cloning process. I've seen a lot of people saying that one of the vats that they show when they're showing like some of the things in this episode or in these first 2 episodes, people think that one of the people in a vat is actually Starkiller.
Oh.
What? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
That'd be insane to see. I'd love to see that. I just saw a clip today from, I think, one of the games with Starkiller in it, and he's like speaking to Yoda, and I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember.
Yeah, but the
this.
problem is, like, obviously, he could be like in one of those minutes, but like I said, Starkiller needs to be born like after. Well, I think probably maybe between episode 5. I don't know. I forgot the timeline of Starkiller's thing.
Yeah, I don't remember for sure either. There's a lot of stuff that's like going on that's like not. I don't know. It's not that it's not canon, but it's just like hard to track where it actually falls in like this big old timeline because there's so much lore for Star Wars and so much in the books that like to like put everything onto a timeline, it would take forever and a day to map it out.
It would.
So yeah, it's not easy.
It's not.
Yeah, no, not at all. Do we have any other final thoughts about Obi-Wan before we move
to our next segment?
Yeah.
Out of the 2 shows that came out last Friday, what do we think is better?
I think that's only a question me and you can answer. So, Obi-Wan and Stranger Things both came out on May 27th. And that's a tough question because I've seen
both
7 out of 9 episodes for Stranger Things. So there's 2 more episodes for that are coming out in a month. Whereas I've only seen 2 out of 6 for Obi-Wan. So you have a little bit more knowledge than I do.
I mean, based off of with the 3rd episode, I think Obi-Wan is trending to maybe be better.
Really? Wow.
Maybe be better. But currently, I would put Stranger Things season 4 above Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I think Stranger Things season 4 and
it's definitely the strongest Stranger Things season.
Yeah, it's like so well thought out and put together. I'm super impressed with it. So I'm gonna have to say that for sure. Obviously, by the end of each season, depending on what goes down in Obi-Wan, and it like specifically like Vader being involved, I might like that more because it's Vader. But Stranger Things season 4 is so strong. I have to say that right now.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm gonna be the opposite here because I never saw Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I never saw it and never will. You can't make me. Yeah, I just can never get into it.
That's fair.
It's
Obviously,
it's like fantasy sci-fi. It's right up your alley.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I
good.
try to. I never saw that. I try to. Maybe I will try once, but like, and no.
Did you?
But I just like the trailer never pulled me in saying come watch this. I'm like,
Okay.
do I really have to?
Have you watched Squid Game? This is totally unrelated, but I'm just curious. Okay. I usually don't fall into like watching the peer pressure sort of things where everybody is like, oh my god, it's crazy, like you need to watch this. That's how Stranger Things started, and I didn't watch season 1 or 2 until they had season 2 was all the way out, and then I was like, I'll watch it just to see what it's about, and I watched it all the way through like in like a week for 2 seasons of that. And then I didn't even realize season 3 had come out until they announced season 4. So then I went back and watched that. And now watching this, I'm like, dang, dude, this show is really actually good. So
I think season 4 is probably the strongest, followed by season 1, then season 3, then season 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's season 2.
Season 2, yeah. But it's pretty solid all around. The way that they're like, they've built the world and now they're like bringing in all these tie-ins back to like an origin point, and you're like, okay, that's clever. And
so I have a theory with it. I don't want to get too centric on it, but I feel like since we know that it's going to have 5 seasons total, I think the end of the show is going to tie in with the end of the Cold War.
Yeah, it seems like it would be, because there's a lot of Russian American problems going on in the show. So yeah, I think what ends up happening is gonna
1989 is when the Cold War ends.
Yeah, and we're in like 1986.
1986, yep.
So yeah, we'll see. And it's like summer, so like halfway through 1986. So they're
Spring
only
break.
A few years out.
Spring break.
They're in spring break.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is spring break.
Spring
Well,
break.
there's also the thing is there's also, I think we can talk about this in another video, but I think there's time travel involved here now, so it can go. Yeah, there might be a time jump.
Not necessarily time travel. I mean, they go back to the past because that's when the first real portal was made.
I think there's something specifically with that is causing it though. Like it's like manipulation of time specifically. Because you saw what he did to that clock.
Yeah, he did turn it backwards, didn't he? Yeah.
I think it's something to do with him, but I again, I don't know. So we'll see.
I mean, that was my kind of biggest thing is like his age doesn't seem to correlate with like So
how old he looks in the so but we're gonna have a whole big old Stranger Things episode once they drop the last 2 episodes, and obviously he's covering it. He covered episode 1. That video's out. It'll be in the description. I'm covering episode 2. That'll be in the description, and then we're covering 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way through over the next few weeks. So really, really good show. Let's move on to the next segment, though. This was supposed to be such a good transition that we talked about Stranger Things. The return of the
I mean, it was good, though. It was good. Was that the secret segment, though? Huh?
No, it was not, actually.
It was the secret segment because I made it up.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
This is the return of the Spider-Man. Oops.
Oh.
Return of the Spider-Man. Yeah. Anyways,
Sorry, I
Spider-Man.
Dude, no, it's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I forgot about it too. yeah, we're gonna talk about Spider-Man, the return.
Wait. Vecna, Lord of the Spiders, Spider-Man. Perfect segue.
I missed a chance.
Oh,
Gosh,
here we go.
dang it. Okay. Anyways, we're talking about the amazing Spider-Man, Mr. Andrew Garfield himself. He is back. He's back on Netflix.
What?
His first movie, and his first movie alone.
It's Morbin time.
Mhm.
Welcome to our secret segment. It's Morbin time. God fucking damn it, you motherfucker.
Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. Morbin time.
That's literally our fucking
Movie
secret
of the
segment.
year.
God
Best
damn
movie
it.
outselling every movie in the MCU.
Fucking A,
Oscar
dude.
winning soon. Best actor for Morbius. Jared Leto.
I'm
Gosh,
sorry, Evan.
Dude, that's so funny though. No, let's talk about Morbius. The memes are fantastic. They have gone viral. It's Morbin time has been trending on Twitter for over a week straight. It's been number one trending on Twitter for over a week. I'm almost certain because of that it's gonna get a second movie, strictly because people are talking about it, and that they think that like if they do another one that people will buy tickets, and I'm sure people will, and that's so we're gonna talk about how many Morbius movies do you think we get, and how far do we think this goes. We'll talk about some of our favorite titles that we've seen for potential sequels, because there's a lot of them that are really funny, and more specifically how Andrew ties into the universe, if at all. Oh man, why did we do this? God
I
damn
mean,
it.
you did this. You added. You added Morbius.
I did.
I've seen one where they have like Morbius 30 trailers or 30 like different movies.
Yeah.
Like they do like the Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3. So it's like Morbius 1, Morbius 2, Morbius 3.
Yeah.
Morbius in the future. Morbius like
Yeah.
like and then it like goes all the way down to like Morbius versus Spider-Man, Morbius versus the universe, Morbius versus like
Yeah.
Morbius versus the Avengers. Morbius versus Thanos.
Yeah. They're freaking great. I have a list here of upcoming films of the MCU, which is
Morbius.
the Morbius Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
And these are great. Morbius.
Here we go.
Rick Roll Soldier.
Oh.
As of Winter Soldier. Morbius Civil War. Morbius Morbin Thunder.
That's a good one.
Thor Love and Thunder. Fast and Morbius. Morbius Revenge of the Spidey. That's another,
Star
Wars reference there. Morbius and the Half-Blood Vulture.
Harry Potter reference.
Oh man, Morbius Impossible. Morbius League.
Okay.
Guardians of the Morbius. Casino Morbius.
Oh god.
Morbius Girl. Morbius versus El Muerto. Dawn of Cringe. Just straight in making fun of Batman vs Superman. Dude, there's so many. They're so funny. I love them all. Literally some of the memes are just so dang good. There's like a Forbes article that said Morbius 2 is not real and it's not Morbin time yet, and somebody posted a picture of Jared Leto underneath the article saying avenge the Morbin. They're just every single meme that I see for these are just too damn funny. Oh dude, they're great. If you want to see more of these memes, I'm gonna be posting them very regularly in their Discord channel. If you want to join and talk about any of the things that we've talked about today, or if you just want to see Morbius memes in particular, the link to the Discord is down there. We talk pretty regularly in there. it's a good time. Oh man,
Good times.
jeez, I can't believe we went to that. Anyways, let's actually return to the Spider-Man.
The Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about the implications of Spider-Man actually being on Netflix, though. Why it's there? I mean, it seems pretty clear, but somebody tell me why. Why is that there?
Well,
That's why not.
it's
There you
there
go.
because Netflix bought the right to it.
Facts. But why would Netflix go out of their way to do that? And why is there maybe incentive for it to be on there for a certain company?
Maybe
Because
for a certain company.
Sony wants to buy Netflix.
Oh.
No, I don't. I would hope they don't, because Netflix. Well, actually, maybe they do. But,
Netflix stock is trash right now.
Yeah, Netflix
Sony could pick them up really easy.
Yeah,
They
make
could.
make it
And
better.
They would also start making money if they bought Netflix, and then they could put all of the Sony Spider-Man stuff
Yeah,
onto Netflix instead of
And
on
make it
Disney
ex-
Plus.
yeah, and make it exclusive there or something
Yep.
like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
all
if
of
that's
all
exactly
of
why.
the Sony Cinematic Universe, the SSU, all of that stuff would be ended up onto Netflix. Netflix is already kind of more of an adult program, anyways. So
Yeah,
And they could maybe just throw like a while there. Maybe they could produce a Sony Universe series. You know.
yeah. I mean,
With-
we
and-
saw
with Netflix.
what they did with the Defenders group and how well that they did really good. As much as you might hate Iron Fist, they did a really good job with a majority of that universe and how they built it. And obviously, they had direction from Kevin Feige, but Netflix seems to know how to shoot those sort of things. So I don't know if that's actually interesting. I never even thought that might be what they're doing. More so, Sony probably gave Netflix a really good deal to put, the Amazing Spider-Man on there. They said, hey, we'll give you the Amazing Spider-Man for X amount of months for this little amount of money. And they're like, wow, that's a really good deal. Thanks. But it's more so to test out and see how many people still
yeah,
actually
who has
want-
interest in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Who really
How
cares.
much are they going to get out of a Spider-Man 1 being on Netflix?
Yeah.
And then eventually a Spider-Man 2, or I guess technically the Amazing Spider-Man 2, being on Netflix. So then they want to see if they can Morbin time it into a Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
And then eventually bring in our Lord and Savior Morbius into the universe so he could fight, Andrew Garfield for Battle of the Ages.
Yeah. Would you guys want to see something like that? Does that appeal to you, or is that because then
I
Like-
would want to see Andrew Garfield interact with Venom.
okay, and that's gonna probably all be in the same world.
It would have to be, essentially, I would think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We saw the scenes that they had originally said that Spider-Man was going to be in Morbius, maybe.
Yeah.
It turned out that it wasn't the case.
No,
But did we even get the poster?
we didn't.
I
They
don't
cut
rem-
that scene. They cut it. The director even said.
They always cut scenes from the trailer.
Yeah, but the director said he didn't even know why they put that in the trailer. That he didn't even want that in there. They edited it into the trailer. It wasn't part of that scene that he's walking down the alleyway or whatever. That's a normal scene from the movie or whatever. But they edited in a Spider-Man graphic on the wall or whatever.
It was probably an attempt to get the more people to go see the movie.
Yeah.
I would imagine, if Marvel Cinematic Universes had anything to do with making the trailer,
Yeah.
maybe not, the whole movie itself, but part of the trailer, they're gonna be like, oh, well, they kind of knew the movie was gonna be a little bit
Yeah.
considered
rough.
trash.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they're like, well, how are we going to get people to come in and see this?
Yeah.
Let's throw a Spider-Man here. Let's make a reference in this trailer. Let's do all this. Like,
Yeah.
so
The Venom line, I'm Venom, and you're like, what? Yeah, that was really weird. But
Venom. When did he say I'm Venom?
when he interrogated the money people, the people that were printing fake money, and he like stole their like workstation, and he like grabbed the like ringleader guy and like broke his hand or something like that, and he's like, what are you? And he's like, I'm Venom. And then he's like, just kidding, it's me, Dr. Morbius. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That scene. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I got you.
Yeah, they did that in the trailers too, and it was just like a weird scene that didn't fit at all either. It was like a kind of cool reference, but you're just like, huh? I don't know. But then obviously the detectives that like they said, oh, we investigated that thing out in California
San
or whatever.
Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. And so like they had their, you know, their things that they did to tie it into Venom, which makes sense to like make it part of that universe. But I think it would have just been better if they just had Eddie Brock show up for a post-credit scene instead of like, you know, two scenes about the Vulture that are sort of unrelated. You could have made both those scenes shorter and into one thing. Him being released from prison and then pulling up on Morbius, and then the other one could have just been Venom. And then you have 3 pieces there that you've brought together a little bit better. And you make it less cringy because you don't have that line where he's like, well, then let's get to work. I don't know. But
let's get to work.
Yeah.
Maybe if they can do it right, that it could be interesting is if the Sinister Six turns out to be like the unsinister Six.
Yeah.
And then the real villain is the Spider-Man Andrew Garfield that doesn't know how to pull his punches.
Oh. That'd be kind of an interesting concept. And like, ooh, I don't know how that would work timeline-wise necessarily. But I guess...
Well, if they do like how any coin flip essentially can make a new universe.
Yeah.
What if at the point of the coin flip where the one that learned to diverge from like learned that he needs to start pulling his punches again.
Yeah.
Like that's the one that was pulled into the MCU. The one that kept not pulling his punches is the one that stayed in the Sony Cinematic Universe.
Interesting. I would be okay with that. And they don't yeah. I'd love to see, I think a lot of people want to see Andrew redeemed, but if he's already kind of gotten that from his moment in No Way Home, if he wouldn't be opposed to it, I think that'd be a cool idea to have him become this menace to society.
Spider-Man, the Menace to Society.
That would be the title.
Spider-Man 3, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, Menace to Society.
Dude, that's actually not a bad idea. We should call up Kevin. Be like, hey.
Oh, it's not Kevin. It's
Sony.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Sony.
Yeah.
Fuck, we should call
Sony, if you're watching this, we have your ideas for the film title.
Yep, we got you. We got you covered. Put us on the storyboard right now. We got you. We'll write it all out.
Yep.
That's not a bad idea.
Just like my Batman movie idea.
That's a good one too.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else to really cover today. I think we got it all.
No.
And
we did. We're good
segment finally. Oh gosh, that was awful. I can't believe I put that in there. But it's actually great.
It was worth it.
It's great. Yeah.
It was worth it.
I love the memes. It's hilarious. Like I said, if you want to go see some more Morbius memes, go down in the comments or in the description and find the link to the Discord. It's chilling in there. Go give us a like, subscribe to us, follow all our socials, and those are right here.
And check out the rest of our videos.
Yeah, that sounds great. And we'll see you in the next episode. Till then, peace. Peace.
Bye.
Adios.